Welcome to Live at 5 with the AY 644 in Western Select. It's very windy outside today. Earlier it was very hot, so the breeze is actually helping us. But if at any point I don't speak up loud enough, my coach Chrissy will help me out and remind me that I will have to speak up louder. Yesterday and the day before we worked on passing on the floor and we worked on our movement. I hope you remember the 2 or 4 movements we actually introduced to you and the 3 surfaces we worked on when passing. Our inside, our outside and our laces. Today we're going to work on a special topic. We can pass balls in the air. We call these aerial balls. I can drive the ball and I can curve the ball. What also happens is that when a ball travels in the air, somebody has to receive that ball. We did this last week, aerial receiving. But today I want to show you a couple touches that are important to understand to lay off the ball. What is the layoff? The ball is flying to me in the air and maybe a teammate is close to me and I just want to lay off the ball with the inside of my foot. Yes? So in a second we are going to show you a bunch of ways how to lay off a ball. So that when the ball comes to you in the game and it's high, you have an understanding what to do. When it comes and it drops in low, you have an understanding what to do. If it's maybe medium high, you have an understanding what to do as well. And you can adjust quickly. Yes? We always want to be adjustable in the game. So all I need is one obstacle. I don't need a lot of space. Coach Chrissy is going to help me out. She's going to come close, about 1 or 2 yards away. And if you're very young, come even closer, Coach Chrissy, 1 yard away, and she's going to drop the ball right on my foot. And maybe I have my foot already in the air, and she's just going to help me make contact. Yes, and slow one time. So my inside, first of all, my body shape is again facing at my target if I can. Yes, with my standing foot pointing at my target. When I lift my foot, I need good balance. My surface is opening up, and my toes are pointing up, and I make my ankle hard again, just like on the floor. And when I push, I push straight back to her. Hold on 1 second, Coach Chrissy. I'm just gonna have a quick, short movement back to Coach Chrissy, nice and soft. So when I'm young, I can start practicing like this, slower obviously. Do not close your surface when you make contact. A lot of the kids do this and then the ball goes away sideways. The ball goes where it will make contact. If my foot is pointing this way, it will go there. So make sure your surface stays open and you push back to your target. Now, for the little bit more advanced ones, Coach Chrissy is going to step another yard or 2 back, yes? And she's going to throw it right here, knee high, we always say, knee high. So for smaller kids, it's lower, and for taller kids, it's higher, yes? And we're going to go forward and back 20 times to the inside of our foot. 1, and I shuffle to the other side, 2. And you guys always see, I play with the foot closest to the cone, yes? On the left side with my right foot, on the right side with my left foot. And now I'm going to start not just connecting with the ball, but pushing it back towards her hands. So at the beginning, I just let it drop in, you see this? And it gets a nice and soft flight towards her, just to make the contact right. And after a while, when I realize, okay, I'm pushing it in the right direction, oh, you see, my hips were open there. They're still open there. So make sure your hips are facing right, yeah? And you push again in the right direction. How can I make sure I make the right contact? Can I see the ball for 1 second, Coach Chrissy? Right now I want to get it to her arms. So I want to make it a little bit below the middle of the ball contact. Down here, so it goes a little bit up. If I would want to get it down to her feet, I would want to make contact a little bit above the middle. So depending on how I want to give the ball back to her now as a layoff touch is how I have to make contact. Right now it's to her hands, so a little bit from the bottom. Not all the way from the bottom, find the right spot to make the correct connection. Now, one more thing that is important, do not lean back. You will lose your balance, and a lot of times you also lose the contact, the correct contact. So stay compact, like Coach Tom told you today, on the balls on the floor. My body needs to be over the ball. And again, you see my hips were facing there, so I couldn't make good contact. Now, that was surface number 1. 20 times, forth and back, 3 rounds, like we always do. count how many you messed up. I messed up, I think, 2 out of my 20. Yes, that's a good number. If you mess up 10 out of 20, that's not a good number. Now, if you're young, don't worry. If you get 10 out of 20, that's good. If you're 5 or 6 years old, I would be so happy with you. But as you get older, at 11, 12 years old, you should get 14, 15, 16, and all the way up to 20 out of 20 get right and perfect. Yes, so make sure your technical quality is good again, which we all just talked about right now, all the points we give. Now, we're going to do the same thing with our laces. So with my laces, my foot is, I'm again facing my target, and my foot is pointing down. My toes are pointing down, and my ankle is hard again, locked. And it's pointing down, and my laces are pointing straight at Coach Chrissy as well. And the contact I want to make is similar, kind of on the bottom of the ball. Yes, not in the middle, not from the top, not all the way from the bottom, but diagonal. So right here again, with my right foot on the left side, and with the left foot on the right side. And if you're young, Coach Chrissy's going to come close again. You're just going to push out. What you could do is already, hold on for a second, already now, just to get this work with your toe in, getting your toes down at the ankle up, kind of stand on your toes here. Boom. Boom. And when the ball flies in, and parents or partners, please be accurate with your throw. You see how close she's coming to me, so she makes it easy with me. So my body learns how to connect with the ball correctly with my foot. She helps me with that. If she throws the ball too high, I'm not used to that yet when I'm a young child. If she throws the ball up here, I'm going to make a wrong contact. I'm not used to making, now 30 years old, if she throws the ball high, maybe I can either make contact up here, or she throws the ball high and I adjust and bring it down, right? So I have these two options. Now, about a young child, make sure you give him the opportunity to make good contact easily with the laces right here, so that they can learn and create the habit of making the correct contact. Then you come over to the other side and you do a few on the other side. Yeah, maybe 10. And then maybe your partner after a while backs out a step, and then you play one here, and we're always staying on our toes. And my body again stays compact. My ankle is locked, my toes are down, my arms are out for balance and protection right here. Yes. Boom. Boom. And I always push straight. The work comes from my knee. I work with my knee. Yes, so from this side, my foot, my toes are pointed down. Yes, and my knee works. My knee is making the work, or doing the work. Yes? Now, so we're going to do another 10, just for you guys to see how we would like you guys to move. And I'm going to move quick now. I'm going to stay on my toes. I'm going to stay on my toes. And you see sometimes she throws the ball a little bit too high, but I'm adjustable. And sometimes she throws it too low. But when I experienced all these balls, my body learned how to adjust to them. Last one. Okay. But when you're young, you don't have that ability yet. So help your child out, or your partner, in throwing them easy and accurate balls below their knee, then on their laces even lower. Yes? Now, we have 2 more surfaces we want to show to you. We have our, if the ball comes higher, waist high, and you realize that, you can use your thigh to prepare the ball and your laces to pass it back. Or your thigh to prepare the ball and your inside to pass it back. And that thigh touch wasn't good enough. I wanted to pass with my right and my thigh touch went to my left. If I want to pass with my right, my touch should either be at least central or a little bit to my right, diagonal to my right. So you can play with your inside the ball back like we just did on the one before, or with your laces. That's up to you. But the first control touch is with your thigh, and remember the middle of your thigh, and don't point it up too far. We talked about that last week, then it will go over your head. Don't let it point too far forward, then it will just bounce down. Yes, so pick it up a little bit, prepare the ball slightly in front of you. You see how it comes up in front of me? I give it a slight push. And depending on how hard the ball is flying in, I might not give it a push. Yes, I might just let it drop in and not move into it like I did right now. But for right now, come a little bit closer, Coach Chrissy, and now we're gonna start working. Thigh right, thigh left, thigh right, and my last point here, thigh step touch. Thigh step touch. Why do I take that step? You just saw it on the last one. I took a bad preparation touch, but I was able to adjust my feet because of that step. So watch here, thigh step, and then I touch it. So with the same foot, I touched it with my thigh, I step on the floor to adjust my feet whichever way I need to, and then I can play it back. So one more time, and you saw how I adjusted my feet. On the other side, and now we're gonna do 10 in a row. Again, 3 rounds of 20 for all of you guys. Stay compact, don't lean back. I just realized a second ago that I had leaned back, so I want to remind you about that, to stay compact. Compact means my knees are bent, my upper body is over the ball, and you saw that touch was a little bit too high. So I gotta go a little bit softer. I adjust. Last one. All right. Now, that is surface or way number 3 of doing a layoff in the air. With my inside, with my laces, with my thigh, and then my inside. Yes, and a higher ball even, maybe with my chest. Again, 3 rounds, 20 times. With your chest. Contact inside or contact laces. Now, we did this last week. Contact and bring it down with our laces. Now, you need to be quick again. Contact with my chest, and you saw I got low because it came in a little bit lower. Again, I brought one of my feet back a little bit to lean into that foot. We're not standing sideways next to each other or in a lateral next to each other. We're going to move our feet diagonal. Yes, one foot in the back so we can lean into it. Now, again, chest. I want to keep my eyes on the ball. Center of your chest. On the soft ball, I give it a slight push out. And then I can again use my laces on my inside. We're going to do 10 again. Chest. And for the very young ones, I know you might be scared. Come close, Coach Chrissy. Come close. So maybe at the beginning, she just comes and not even throws it, but pushes me a little bit right here on my chest. Yes, boom. So that, yeah, push me. Yes, good. So that I learn that this is not hurting me. Yes, and then maybe a slight throw. Boom. Yes, and boom. And boom. And you see I'm catching my ball. I'm just going to here make the right contact in the center of my chest, and I can get a lot of repetition as a young child. You see how I keep my eyes on the ball, my head goes down, my chin comes down, I look at that ball, yes? And after I did that a few times, now I can try to, boom, give it a little push, boom, give it a little push, yes? So watch here, come to the right. Oh, that wasn't too low, and you saw I adjusted. And this one was very high, and I jumped. This one is perfect, yes? Boom. What else can I do when she throws it too high? I could move. Oh, that one was too low. Throw too high. I could move back maybe a little bit. Yes. Yes. And you saw when she threw it. When she threw it too short, I used a different surface. And right now she threw it even too high for my chest. And I got used to this, so I receive it with my head. Now, we're gonna do 4 more. Quick. 1. And again, the easier or the more accurate the thrower throws, the easier you make it for your partner. Yes? Now, we have 4 surfaces. Inside layoff, laces layoff, thigh inside or laces layoff, and chest inside or laces layoff. So now you can practice these aerial layoffs, so when the ball comes to you in the air, in any type of way, you have an idea on how to lay it off. For the older ones, maybe you even do a few ones with your head. Maybe you do 3 rounds of 20 where you head it back down towards her arms, not up there where I push it up. No, in the moment I'm in contact, I push down. Yes, I come on the other side, and you see right now she doesn't throw it to me in a manner that I have to jump. She throws it to me so I can make contact easily again. And you see, same positioning as with my chest, so I can push out of that back leg when I make contact. Boom. Yes. And again, boom. And that one was too high, so I got to push a little bit more down. So the contact again has to be a little bit above the middle of the ball. All right, older ones. So 3 rounds of 20 if you want to do that as well. Keep your eyes open, mouth closed, so you don't bite your tongue. Yes? Now, I just want to introduce this really quick to you. All of these. Now you're going to do what we are going to do right now with all the surfaces we just did. Laces inside, thigh inside our laces, and chest inside our laces. Now we want to get a little bit more movement into this whole spiel. We just moved slightly lateral, side to side. Now we want to move forth and back. Now, back and forth, we say in America, right? Now, Coach Chrissy always reminds me about that, guys, to learn my English correctly. Now, I'm going to back up and come back forward, play with my right. And you can do that on the other side. And the next one I'm going to play with my left. And the next one I'm going to play with my right. And the next one I'm going to play with my left. And now maybe she throws me a different ball. Oh yes, to my thigh. To my thigh. Oh, that one was hard. I didn't know what to do for a second. Yes. And we're going to do again 20. Yes. Oh, I even took a touch here. Oh, which I shouldn't have. And hold. Now, if you're young and you haven't done this yet, parents, come close. Give them an easy ball. Don't give them all the different balls at the beginning. That's for more the older age groups and adults. Start easy, just moving forth and back with your inside. Every time. Inside, inside, inside. 20 times. If you feel like you can't do 20, do 3 rounds of 10. You are going to do this with your inside, with your laces like we showed you. We showed you some with your thigh again, and some with our chest. So use all of that. For the older ones, maybe you can come in here now, Coach Christie throws it a little bit higher, and you head that ball down. And yeah, good timing. Very important. Get up, meet the ball at the highest point possible for you. So my highest point is here. Yes? As soon as I lower again, too late. Get the ball at the highest point for you possible. Yes, one more. So when I come up, I'm heading down always. Yes, eyes open. This was activity number 2. We showed it shortly. We don't have too much time left today. So, but for you again, same thing as we have with the activity before. Same rounds, 3 rounds, 20 times. If you can't do 20, do less. Yes? Last activity for today. And I thought about this slightly before. I wanted to add at the end a little progression that I actually did not plan into this, but we will do now. Because we like being creative, right? That's what we want from you. Now I have 4 cones here. Maybe we just do 3 for right now to use the proper amount of space that we have available. Yes? Now, Coach Chrissy, you and I, we will choose the gate between the red and the green. I'm going to have a cone back here. Coach Chrissy is my partner again. She will have the ball on the floor. Yes, and she will come in this gate right here, and we will pass the ball forth and back. Now, at one point, Coach Chrissy is going to call a color. I'm going to pass it to her. She's going to pick up her ball when she calls the color.
Blue.
Blue. Okay, now, she called blue. So we're going to start with blue, and I'm going to walk you through all of them really quick. On the blue, you're going to play it back with your inside. If she calls red, you're going to play it back with your laces. And if she calls green, you're going to play it back with your thigh and laces. We're going to leave the chest out. If you can add a 4th cone because you have enough space, maybe you add the yellow one that I had. You do chest and laces or inside. So now we have to react. And we have to react quickly. Yes? Start slow again if you're young. Maybe you take 2 touches here to pass. Yes? And you take your time. And at the beginning, parents, again, if you have a young child, start doing this slow. When you call blue, give him the time. Maybe you remind them which surface.
Red.
Yes, she calls you red. I know my laces are here. Boom. I go back and we play again. Yes. Yes.
Green.
Green. I come up. I know my thigh. Yes. I come back. And we pass again. Yeah.
Blue.
Blue. Ooh, I fell asleep there for a second. Good. Yeah, quick. And there I play with my
Red.
inside. Red.
Ooh.
So we're gonna do laces here. Whoa, that was a hard ball for Coach Jan. She forced me there to a weird movement.
Green.
But green. That ball wasn't high anymore for my thigh, but that's okay.
Green.
Green, one more time. Thigh, laces, and we go back. Now guys, up to you. I would suggest 8 to 10 repetitions. Red. And I lean back there a little bit. That wasn't good for me. Gotta get closer to the ball. Get close to the ball. Blue. And I play with my inside. And stop. So very simple, right? Pass it forth and back. Call a color. Yes, you can even add a fifth color if you want to do headers too. With whatever, white. Yes, or you can use numbers again. Is there any questions so far? Anything that you guys want to add? Yes? Now, the last thing that we could add is if we have space. I don't have this much space, but we're still going to do this one time. I'm going to add 2 goals. Yes? And I can now, Coach Chrissy, when she calls a color, she can point in either direction. If she points left, I will finish my ball on this goal. If she points right, I will finish on this goal. Oh, sorry. Pass on the floor. Red. And I now make it more directional even. Before, I only had one direction I can play into. Now, because of her call, I have to react and now find the right direction, left or right. We're going to do one more. Yeah. Yes, and this way we have to adjust even while we are attacking the ball. Not only do we have to use different surfaces again, but now we have to get our body shape open to that target, right or left. And you can do this without goals and just putting a little bit of targets down, or if you have goals, use them. Yes, and this again is just a progression to the last activity. You can do it or not, but I love challenging myself, so challenge yourself, guys. Now this was AYSO 644 live at 5. We hope you enjoyed it as every day. There's a lot of repetition that you can get in through this little session that we did right now through these instructions. Go out there, have fun, enjoy this beautiful afternoon, and get better. So when we come back, we are surprised on how great you have become. Send us your videos, tag us in your videos. We want to have more tags, especially from our goalkeepers out there. We haven't seen a lot of tags from our goalkeepers. Please give us some tags in your videos. Record yourself, yes, and enjoy your evening. Have a good one, everyone.
Let's play one-on-one.
Let's play some one-on-one.